Hashtag Trending would like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers a complete networking stack, wired, wireless, and cellular, in one integrated solution that's built for performance and scale. You can find them at meter.com/HTT. China surges in open source AI. Anthropic donates MCP to the Linux Foundation. EFF fights global push for age verification, and a developer is banned over tainted AI datasets. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. China is starting to dominate the world of open source AI. Community leaderboards that track model performance now show Chinese systems holding most of the top positions. These include Alibaba's Qwen models, Ernie series, Tencent's Huan models, and several others from ByteDance and academic labs. One of the biggest reasons these models are gaining traction is openness. Many of them are fully open weight, meaning anyone can download them, examine how they work, and run the entire model, even locally. For researchers and developers, that level of transparency is a major advantage over working with a closed system using an API. They're also designed to run efficiently on standard CPUs or lesser hardware. That's a part of the response to U.S. export controls on advanced GPUs, which have pushed Chinese teams to optimize for hardware that's widely available. The effect is that these models can be deployed more widely and at lower cost. DeepSeek's latest release fits that pattern. Its new top-end reasoning model has drawn attention after early testers reported reasoning performance in the same range as ChatGPT 5.1. And like other Chinese models, the full weights are available on GitHub. Anyone can take it and run it. This may be one of the reasons that Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, added a caution last week, saying, China's AI capabilities are more advanced than many in the West realize, and that underestimating that progress would be a mistake. It aligns with what we're seeing in the open source ecosystem: rapid iteration, strong performance, and the ability to move quickly despite hardware constraints. And those constraints are also changing. While many top Chinese models are still trained on NVIDIA accelerators, mostly brought in through distributors or gray market channels, domestic alternatives may be emerging. Huawei's Ascend chips are now reported to rival NVIDIA's data center GPUs for some workloads. If China was to reach a reliable mass production, the pace of development could shift again by a quantum leap. Until now, China's been playing catch-up, but if it can offer frontier-level models that run on ordinary hardware and are free to use, this could upend the economics of closed AI. And if they keep advancing at the rates they're doing, it could change the trajectory towards artificial superintelligence. Anthropic is making a major move in the evolution of agentic AI and a contribution to open source. The company has donated its Model Context Protocol, known as MCP, to the Linux Foundation, placing one of the most important emerging standards for AI tool integration into an open governance model. MCP is a way for AI systems to connect to outside tools, applications, APIs, and data sources. It defines a common interface that lets AI models retrieve information, run actions, interact with developer environments, and work with local or cloud-based resources. It's quickly becoming a core part of how AI agents operate. By donating MCP, Anthropic is positioning it as a vendor-neutral, community-driven standard rather than a proprietary technology. The protocol will now sit under the Linux Foundation's new AI Alliance for Interoperability and Freedom, with participation from companies like IBM, Red Hat, Oracle, and others with long histories in open standards. The timing matters. As agentic AI accelerates, companies are experimenting with their own tool calling frameworks. Anthropic is effectively jumping ahead by putting a working standard on the table and inviting the industry to build around it. And Anthropic isn't just supporting open source. It's shaping the foundation of how AI agents will operate. By moving MCP into a community-governed standard, there's a hope that the shared scrutiny could address the security weaknesses that have surfaced in early versions of the protocol, much like the open sourcing of Linux strengthened its security over time. And if MCP becomes the default layer for safe tool integration, this donation may end up being one of the most consequential open standard moves in the AI era. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF, is stepping into a global policy battle. This week, the EFF launched a new public resource hub designed to organize opposition to age verification laws and youth social media restrictions that are now appearing around the world. The timing isn't accidental. 2 days ago, Australia brought into force a national ban that blocks minors from social media entirely. The UK has already moved ahead with mandatory age verification, requiring users to prove their identity before accessing major platforms. And several US states and even the federal government are signaling they may adopt similar laws in the coming year. While the EFF agrees with the protection of children, they argue that these measures, while framed as child protection policies, come with some serious risks. Age verification systems often require identity documents, credit bureau records, even biometric data, creating highly sensitive databases that could become targets for attackers. The group also warns that mandatory identification threatens online anonymity, which many people rely on for safety. For instance, LGBTQ+ youth, political dissidents, and survivors of domestic abuse. The new Resource Hub lays out the technical and legal problems, provides guidance for parents and advocates, and helps the public coordinate responses to lawmakers. The EFF says this is one of the most far-reaching attempts yet to shape how the internet works, shifting it from open participation to something much closer to controlled access. And with more governments considering similar rules, the EFF's campaign signals that the fight over age verification is becoming a defining debate about privacy, identity, and whether anonymous speech remains possible on the internet. And finally, this is a story that's already been covered in a number of places, but I ran across it again on Reddit, and it took on a new relevance given recent events. A developer had his Google account deleted after he accidentally uncovered child sexual abuse material inside an AI dataset. A reminder that large-scale training data scraped from the internet can contain illegal and harmful content, and that working with these datasets carries some real risks. He found the material while examining files in a public dataset. He reported it responsibly and tried to remove it. But Google terminated his entire account, taking down his email, cloud files, and years of personal and professional data. Many open-source AI datasets are built from massive web scrapes. Developers download and work with these datasets assuming they're safe. But this case shows the risks that can fall on the people handling this data. The tragedy here isn't only that one developer lost everything over something he didn't knowingly download. It's that this could just as easily have happened to a full engineering team, a startup, or even potentially a major enterprise. Companies think about the risks of using their own internal data, but this case shows there are risks in external data sets too. When datasets are assembled from the open internet, developers may inherit harmful or illegal material they never intended to see or use. But automated systems may respond without that context. As AI development scales, so do the risks hidden in the data we bring in from the outside. And that's our show. Once again, we'd like to thank Meter for their support in bringing you this podcast. Meter delivers full-stack networking infrastructure, wired, wireless, and cellular to leading enterprises. Working with their partners, Meter designs, deploys, and manages everything required to get performant, reliable, and secure connectivity in a space. They design the hardware, the firmware, build the software, and manage deployments and run support. It's a single integrated solution that scales from branch offices to warehouses to large campuses, all the way to data centers. Book a demo at meter.com/HTT. That's METER.com/HTT. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a thrilling Thursday.